Hi crafty friends, Melissa Miner here. Thanks so much for joining me on YouTube. Today I'm creating a layout for the Shimmerz Paints design team, and I'm also playing along with some friends for Use Up Your Acrylic Stash. Be sure to check out the description box below for a link to all my friends that are playing along in today's YouTube hop. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I have two photos, and this is my adorable new kitty Pepper, and he's sleeping. And then I put these are 3x3 photos, and I placed these in a die that I cut. It's a close to my heart die. It's an old one. It's not available, but it looks like a Polaroid, and I like that. I cut out two pieces of the pattern paper that came in the September color kits, and then I inked the edges with that mahogany ink, and I just think it looks so pretty. So I was inspired by a layout that Nicole Santos made. It had, and I think hers was using a sketch. If I can find the video, I will leave it linked down below. But I really like the design of it. So I wanted to kind of repeat that, but mine, I've turned it and going the different directions. I also cut a tag using a tag die, and this gorgeous yellow paper is also included in the September color kits from Shimmerz Paints. And I want to go ahead and make some pencil lines so that I can do some mixed media on the background. Now the white cardstock that I have here, this is a 12x12 sheet of mixed media cardstock from scrapbook.com. So it allows the paint to move around. So that way you don't have to use gesso. It's like a watercolor paper, but it's smooth, so it doesn't have a texture to it. So I've got my lines down, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in my paint tray here. This is how I store all of these little pans, and today I'm going to be using the Mind Your Bees-Ness Twinklingz. I also thought about Bahama Mama Inklingz, so I'm pulling that out as well. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use the pink or the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some water in the paint pans to activate the paints. And I'm also going to put a little bit of water on my cardstock so that the paint can move around easily. Now, while I'm painting, I want to tell you about the Shimmerz Paints Color Kits. So you can get the color kits, the complete kit, which includes paints, paper, you get little dots, you get stickers, ephemera, you also get a cut file. So there's lots of items in the color kits. You can also just get the paint kits. So if you just want to get the paints, there's 5 paints that come in the paint kits each month. There's also a paper kit, and there's also a bonus bundle available. So be sure to check out the Shimmerz Paints website to check out all of the options available for the September color kits. Now be sure to add my name, Melissa Miner, to the notes section of your order, because if you do, Shimmerz will send you a free paint. All right, so I am just dipping my paintbrush into the water and also into this Mind Your Bees-Ness Twinklingz. Now the camera doesn't pick it up, but the Twinklingz is very, very sparkly and shiny. So I really like the way that it looks on the paper. I wish that it showed up better on camera, but it just doesn't. So you'll have to just trust me, in person, it's very shiny and sparkly. I brought in my heat tool there for just a moment, and now I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of modeling paste through a stencil just to kind of give this a little more texture. So I've got some white modeling paste here, and then I've got this heart stencil that I had in my stash, and I'm just going to spread a little bit on. So when you're spreading this on, you want to do a thin layer, and you want to place it on kind of like you're buttering your toast. You just add a little thin layer across the stencil. So I'm going to repeat that same process here at the bottom, and that way I will have the paint and the texture paste peeking out from the bottom of my banners that I already cut. So I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring back in my paper here in just a moment, and I'm going to check to see if I have enough paint on here and to see how everything looks now that I've got it all on here. I'm taking my craft knife here, and I'm just scraping off a little bit of excess that I had. All right, so let's go ahead and place these banners up here, and I like the way that looks. I think I need a little bit more paint, so I'm going to bring back in my Mind Your Bees-Ness Twinklingz and just add a little bit more of the yellow paint because I want more of that paint to show through. Now this time I'm adding the paint directly over top of the texture paste. So you'll see here that it turns the texture paste like that yellow color, which I like that. So this gives me a little bit of texture paste in the white, and it also gives me a little bit of texture paste with the yellow on it. All right, so I let that dry for just a moment, and now I'm really happy with the way this looks. I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing down my pieces. I am using some tacky glue, and I like to use wet glue anytime I am adhering pieces to items where I've applied some mixed media. I find that it sticks better. If I just use tape runner, it will just hold temporarily and will eventually come up. So liquid glue is always a better option anytime you have mixed media on your page. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this one down, and then I'm gonna do the same thing and stick this one down, and then I can bring back in my photos and start to really put this layout together. I love when I use a sketch because it really just is that great jumping off point to get the creativity flowing, and it makes your page just go together so much more quickly. So I have that glued down, and let me bring in a little bit more paint here to the side. I just think that it looks kind of funny. It ended abruptly over there, so I'm going to add a little bit more paint and maybe a little bit more to the top as well. A little bit more over here to the side, a little bit more over here, just a dab there. So I'm happy with that. I am going to go ahead and ink the edge of my tag here, just so that it will stand out a little bit better because I'm putting a pattern paper on top of a pattern paper. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I want to bring in some rub-ons. So these are some 49 in Market rub-ons, and these are so fun. These look like stitching lines. So I love the look of stitching on my layouts, but I don't always have the time to do the stitching. So I love the way it looks, but I'm short on time. So I use these rub-ons, and it looks like I've stitched on my layout. I'll show you that in just a moment. So I am cutting apart these stitching rub-ons here, and I'm just going to cut each of these down to fit right here above on this flat edge part of my banners. So I peel off the backing, and it's kind of sticky, so then you stick it down, and then I'll just need to rub this on. So let me get some kind of tool here. I'm just going to use this little spatula. I'm just going to quickly rub this on. And then when you peel off the release paper, it looks like you've stitched on your layout and spent a lot of time, and really it only took seconds to place this rub-on down. So there we go. Isn't that amazing? And I think it looks so real. So let's go ahead and do this other one. I'm going to repeat the process, peeling off the release paper, and I'll go ahead and line this one up, and I'll rub this on. You can really use anything to rub these down, and I love the 49 in Market rub-ons because they do go on just so nicely. So let me make sure I got this down, and then let's take a look here. Oops, it looks like I need a little bit more right here, so I'll just rub that down, and now I'll peel this up, and now it looks like I have stitching on my layout. I love that. All right, so now I'm ready to bring back in my photos. And let's see, I think I have a little bit more dead space there to the photo on the right, so I'm going to place it on the right because I do want to overlap my photos. I think I want to give them some dimension because this is a flat layout so far. So I'm just going to cut a piece of foam here, and I'm going to glue this to the back of each of these photos. I'm going to put this on with my tacky glue, and I will set it aside to dry, and then I can go ahead and adhere my photos down to the layout. So let me go ahead and put the foam on the back of this layout, or this photo, excuse me, and we'll put that down. All right, so now that I have the foam on the back, I can go ahead and start placing the photos on the page. So I'm going to start with the one on the right because I do want to overlap that one on the left just a little bit. And now I'll put glue on the back of this one and place it down. And there we go. Now I do need to put the tag back behind this left photo. I probably should have done that first, but I'm going to cut just a little bit off the bottom, put some tacky glue on the back, and I'll just slide this under that photo. So there we go. All right, now time for the acrylic part, right? Because I am part of this Acrylic Stashbusting Hop as well. So this is a cute little acrylic title piece that I purchased from Bramble Fox, and it says perfect, which couldn't be more perfect for this layout. Now, anytime you're using the acrylic pieces, you want to make sure that you use like a little pokey tool, and you want to remove the backing. That's just a protective coating, so that way it will stick to your page. I like to use the Nuvo Deluxe glue when I'm adhering acrylics. Now I'm really torn on where to place this. I kind of thought I wanted it overlapping. I didn't think I wanted it all the way down in the white space. But now that I'm watching this back, I don't know, I kind of like it down there. So you'll have to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you like the placement that I have that I'm going to use, or if you think I should have placed it down further more in the white. I just hate to cover up that stitching because it's so pretty. All right, then I have a couple more acrylic pieces here. This is also from Bramble Fox, and this says Kitty. So my title is going to be Perfect Kitty. And the picture of Pepper there, he is in this bed, and we bought him a bed, I think at Walmart, and he did not like it. He never slept in it. I got this really fluffy bed at TJ Maxx, and he absolutely loves it. And then I got that blanket, it's called a kitty blanket, on Amazon, and it's just like a little, it's super tiny, it's kitty size, and he loves that as well. So he looks super cute there in his bed sleeping. I also added another little acrylic piece from Bramble Fox here, and that's just like a little kitty bowl. And then I'm bringing in now some Love from Lizzie peel-offs. So I've got some gold hearts, and I just thought this would be a cute addition. There are some little hearts in that paper that came in the kit this month, and these were my two favorite pattern papers from the kit. I just thought they were so gorgeous. I knew I had to use them. So I'm going along with the heart theme and adding some more hearts to the layout, and these are a perfect addition. So I'll add 3 here to the bottom, and I think I want to add a couple to the top as well. So I'm just using my pickup tool here just to kind of stick them on there. This one's flying around, but usually they just stick to the back of it, and then it helps you place them onto your layout. So I'm going to place one more on here, and let me take a look and see what I think. I can get this one placed down. So there, I really like that. So I'm holding up the page, showing you some close-ups. I think I'm done at this point, but then I turn off the camera and realize I want to add something more. So I love the stickers that came in the kit this month. They are the puffy stickers, and there's some cute little butterflies and some flowers. So I want to add a few of these puffy butterflies to the layout, and that is the perfect finishing touch that it needed. So if you've enjoyed today's layout, I invite you to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. Be sure to check out the description box below for links to the Shimmerz Paints website, as well as links to my friends that are playing along in today's Bash Your Acrylic Stash Hop. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Stay tuned for some close-ups, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!